I don't agree with a lot of what Bridget Otoo says online. That's my own personal thing, though. But this, I think she's spot on this, on calling people to book when it comes to things that they've endorsed and led multiple people towards, and did not show any form of empathy during the process, right? So Bridget Otoo has a bone to pick with Stonebwoy, and she's calling him to order out of him endorsing a new NFT company after Menzgold's saga. Now, broadcast journalist, of course, Bridget Otoo has called out dancehall artist Stonebwoy for endorsing a new crypto venture called City Coin. Now, Stonebwoy has over the past few weeks taken to social media to endorse and market a yet-to-be introduced crypto investment company called City Coin NFT. Now, every hard-working person deserves to make money. The future is now. Times are changing. Anticipate hashtag City Coin NFT at City Coin. Join the City Coin Club. We'll tell you more about it later. NFT's community is what Stonebwoy recently tweeted. Now, reacting to Stonebwoy's tweet, Miss Otoo stated that she didn't think it was fair for Stonebwoy to introduce his fans to yet another money-making venture following the Menzgold saga. Now, you are part of the ambassadors of Menzgold, who championed and led people to lose money. Some have died as a result of the Menzgold scam. Do you think it is fair to introduce them to yet another money-making venture? Do you really care about them? Is what Bridget Otoo quizzed. Responding to Bridget, Stonebwoy stated that customers' loss of money from Menzgold had nothing to do with ambassadors. Now that's where I disagree. Now the core problem of the Menzgold saga has the least to do with ambassadors. Please, you stand in a good position as a media personality to seek the reality from Nam1 and the government. One love. This was very ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't know why Stonebwoy would even come out to say this. This was very, very ignorant. If I represent a brand, and people join the brand because of me, and the brand goes belly under, I am part of the responsibility of that brand, representing that brand, to own up to it. Because at least the least I can do is own up to it. Maybe even maybe even apologize. Because if I can't pay you back for that, but I can at least acknowledge I made a mistake, I made an error, which he's initially admitting to by saying had nothing to do with the ambassadors,
and
everything to do with the government and Nam1, which means he is laying blame. He's laying blame, which means there is blame to be dished out, and he needs to be accountable for it. I don't like what Stonebwoy said in response to this, and I like the fact that Bridget Otoo is holding him to order, because we need to hold these people accountable. You are a public figure. People look up to you. Lots of people join because it's Stonebwoy.
Exactly.
Because it's Shatta. Because it's, lots of people join because of that.
Not because of them, or why would you think part of the blame isn't on them? A lot of people didn't know Menzgold or Nam1. Nobody knew them.
And Nam1 needed ambassadors to convince other people. So when he says this, it's very ignorant on his part. Mr. Q, are we crazy here? I mean,
I'm trying to understand, where he's coming from, because, I mean, on the face value of it, I think he's just trying to say that, he's trying to say there's a deeper underlying issue than what it's not got. But then the fact that he was on billboards and
he benefited from it. And he championed it.
Yeah.
Which convinced many people to join. So he can't be there saying
whether there are deeper causes, deeper blah blah blah.
I think
there's still
exactly. He played a huge part in it. He played a huge part in it. Do
you understand? People joined because you said it was okay, because they trusted you and your brand.
With the Nam1 saga, right?
With this person, then it means they're legit as well.
Yeah.
So
with the Nam1 saga,
regardless of what other reasons there were, this is also another reason why. I think it's probably the reason why most people, went on board with that.
You see, with the Nam1 saga, right? I understand the narratives where people are like, but you guys should have known better than to go in for something like this. And the government was giving you multiple warnings. I get that. Financial ventures are all risks involved. People make their own decisions. I do get that. But you can't deny the fact that ambassadors played a huge role in many of the people who look up to them joining in and also losing money.
Yes.
Do you get me? And then ambassadors, I don't know if they actually invested themselves, but they were paid to do this job.
Yeah.
So they were paid in, so they were also scam.
They were paid in what?
Houses and cars.
They were paid in the gold bars, so they were also scam. So I think
But at
maybe
the end
that's
of the
where he's
day,
also coming
no.
from. As in
No,
like,
but-
you-
But still,
see,
it's your fault if
it-
you don't do
yeah,
the due diligence.
you
and
get
then
what I
get
mean.
more people to come on board.
And even if let's say that's the case, right? And they were also scammed as ambassadors. they still benefited from it because
so you are a blind man leading
because
blind people.
as you
How?
said, Mr. Q, they were on billboards. During those times, the music were everywhere. We were really pushed. Like lots of people were really
If
pushing
you're
their music.
blind,
you could also-
don't lead
They
blind people.
benefited. They benefited from it.
you see, they signed him as on their label,
Uh-huh.
and as part of the label, it came.
Listen, Q, if you're
it came
blind,
with the
don't
back
lead
one.
No,
blind
I
people.
do
You
get
can't
that.
say you didn't do your fact check. You didn't get.
No,
mean,
but
you didn't
I
know
do
that
get
these
that. But
people
he
were
still
legit,
benefited from
and
it.
then you were getting
Internationally, he was on billboards. In the country, he was on billboards.
Winston,
They
even
were
if-
doing albums
Winston,
and whatnot.
see,
They were
even
doing
if-
activities
even
that
if he didn't
he benefited
benefit,
from
yeah?
clearly.
Even if he didn't get anything, my point is, if you're not sure, do not now go spread the news and let people come and join. That's what I mean by a blind man leading blind people.
Then he was sure.
Okay, then accept some responsibility. You
Yeah.
understand? You made a mistake.
You made a
and through
mistake.
your
You have to-
mistake,
you have to own up to
people,
that.
people,
No, because you see,
are-
Mr.
I
Q,
don't even know.
the people and Bridget Otoo is right when she says people died over it because
Yeah,
there are so
people
many
died.
people who were looking
People died.
like who used their entire savings, right?
And
they,
people who
there's
use
no
other people's
there's no
monies and
communication
whatnot.
as to how they'll get it back. That kind of financial trauma is heavy. It's a heavy burden on so many people. It's just that for some one reason or another, Ghana is like that. Things just die down and then people just
Yeah.
move
We
on
don't
with their
even know
lives
where the kids
and people
are.
just try to recover slowly and quietly.
A lot
That's
of
how it
people
happens.
haven't
But lots of
recovered.
people were affected. People's
now.
health, people lost their lives. It's
Their
a
families,
huge
their jobs.
it's a huge financial trauma and stress.
I understand it, but
No,
like,
but what I'm saying
want
is,
to ask-
what
No,
I'm
I
saying is, it's
understand.
not totally his fault.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
totally his fault, right?
But he's
and
looking at
nobody
certain-
nobody is saying he should compensate the people.
No.
Do you get what I'm talking about? But you see, the least you can do as an ambassador is if he came out and said, you know what, guys,
fell for a bad deal.
I fell for
Yeah.
a bad deal. Menzgold even scammed me.
Yeah, we would.
But I'm sorry for the parts I played in being an ambassador. Nobody will fault you for that. That's very mature. Guys will
Exactly,
see
and
through that
human.
and you move. You get me? At least there's somebody who's showing empathy for it. But he was quiet during the whole entire thing.
And then when you're called
And
out
then
now
all of a
to bring in
sudden,
something
so
new,
you
you're
see,
saying
and
it's
then
not your fault.
that is going to affect people listening to him this time around.
My question is, so after everything that happened with Menzgold,
Right.
if he can't, if he, with
Right
him
now,
saying
if you are
these
saying these things, who will take you seriously?
That's why, like,
No, you
that's
see,
like,
who will take
I'm,
you seriously?
I'm not taking him serious.
Yeah,
So
like-
That's why he's getting
understand
backlash.
why, like,
my issue card
who
is
should, like, why
no,
should?
this is my issue. Like, once written twice shy. Like, don't make venture money.
so, like,
But
you understand? You're not a
see,
financial person.
you'll be shocked that
You know?
people will take him seriously, though.
And-
You'll be
yeah,
shocked because
true.
there are still young guys who
True.
look up to Beam Nation and support it
Fool me
fully.
once, it's on you. Fool me
Fully.
twice, it is you, Nankasa, you're the victim, your fault. Me, that's all I can say. I was actually like, I was kind of like rooting for Stonebwoy when he was reading the story. As okay, well, it's still his job. They made him an offer.
The
XYZ.
response that he made was
yeah,
even
but then he
terrible.
comes
It
to
was
say this
so
and it's like,
ignorant.
okay, so on a very good day, me say the money come, that be all you care about. The money has come. You're not gonna. I can't trust that you even know what exactly you're selling to me. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, to you, are just an ambassador. You're being paid to do the job, so you're doing it without either fact checking or how authentic they are or how lucrative it is or how it would even affect people badly. That response he gave to Bridget tells me that.
And you
So
see,
I'm not even gonna pay
the
attention.
Menzgold
to
saga even affected his fans. So
Yeah.
for the lack of empathy he showed for your own fans, right, who followed you there is also concerning. A lot of people don't realize that the fans are like everything. They pay you. If they don't listen to your music, they don't come out in the rain, in the whatever, to listen to your concert or to pay tickets for your concert. Who are you at the end of the day? Maybe you will use them and their numbers to secure your deals and all that. But how long? Imagine if he does all these concerts and all that and they don't show up. Or he pops up on a gig, and the moment he comes on stage, everybody starts walking away. It will affect you, right? Because they are the ones who pay you. They are the ones who make you relevant. They are the ones who give you the support. So I mean, the least kind of empathy you can show for a section of that, even if it's not everybody you want to, address or whatever, it goes a long way. And like you're saying, who's gonna take you seriously now? Because you didn't do that. Who's gonna take you seriously?
And you're even saying it's not your fault.
Shifting blame, Charlie. It's
in my whole is like the boldness of the second one.
The second one coming again.
But that thing, it's not just
looking at it like, hey, so people will.
But that thing, it's not just a Stonebwoy thing. Like it happens in Ghana all the time. Ghanaians are like that. They know that the fact that you the first one no sauce, no they mean say
the second one no go sauce.
No, it's not like that. It doesn't mean that I should stop.
Yeah.
Like you get me? Yeah. Like the fact that the first one did, because recently there's a what do you call it? There's an event that's trending right now that supposedly happened over the weekend where people were ripped off at the beachside. They were selling tables and things, and it looks like it didn't really go so well. Apparently that event was held 2 years ago, the same event, and they had the same type of but this time people even paid more to go. So it's not like because the first one no sauce, people no go. It's a thing in Ghana. Like it's a thing here.
These things, like yes, we are holding people, but you the individual, you should hold
no, the individual. And you see, that's why I was saying
look
that.
Look out for yourself. It's obvious he's looking out for his pocket.
That's why I was saying that those narratives. Yeah, and that's why I was saying those narratives of every financial decision is a risk, and they should have known better.
Exactly.
Everybody knows.
Exactly.
They should have known better. And that those who don't have sympathy for them, we can understand that, right? Because obviously there were signs. They are also responsible. But you see, everybody needs to. I'm sure that's why a lot of people, even who were involved, have gone quiet and they are just quietly recovering because they've realized that they had a responsibility to
themselves.
There was a risk. You get me? And they took, and they had a responsibility as well.
There's a topic on Twitter.
So everybody has a responsibility to claim, but Stonebwoy not owning up to his responsibility, that's the problem.
I read a story